your passion. Art. What are you? What do you love? What do you love? You know what we're calling you to do is to use your passion and your art. And what do you love? Do you love dancing? Do you love painting? Do you love cooking? Do you love finance? Do you love community gatherings? Whatever it is, we're asking you to employ your passion as an instrument to bring your community together, to fund and to create conscious ways of being and living. And so we want to connect with you. We want to throw events with you in your city to ignite this movement that we are taking our creative power back. We're bringing each other together and we are divesting our funds. You know, our future is not for sale. It's not for rent. It's not for sale. And you can't have it. If you don't fund a future that supports the rights of all people from every color, from every nation, you can't have our money. If you don't support flourishing rivers where salmon can make their pilgrimage every year to their homeland, where they spawn, where they breed, where they grow, if you don't support our forests, our money is not for sale. You can't have it. All right? So what we want to do is we're starting this in New York City really strong. And we want to connect with you guys. Because when we vote with our dollars, we will be heard. We will be heard by this system that cannot hear us when we yell and scream and when we stand, and they will just brutalize us, you know, for trying to show up and you know, assemble in a way that is peaceful against injustice. But when we speak with our money, we will be heard. And so what we want to do is we want to throw events with you. We want to come to your communities. We want to do art. We want to celebrate, and we want to have, you know, conscious resistance to these things that are destroying our planet in a beautiful, prayerful, good way. So please connect. You can find us online, Defund dapl, www.defunddapl.org. And we want all the artists, we want all the entrepreneurs, we want all the coders. You know, this is a movement, and it's not just about the Dakota Access Pipeline. It's about how we're creating our world together as a family, as a human family, to make a beautiful world, and we want to do it with you. So please connect with us, defunddapl.org, or on Facebook. And now, do we got Josh around here? All right, now we got our dear friend Josh Fox, who has an amazing film. You have to watch it, Gasland and How to Let Go. Check it out. It's really a visceral, emotional, poetic view of the changing going on in our climate and the changing going on in our world, and he's going to speak to you about that today. So without further ado, Josh Fox.
Thanks so much. Cold out here today, isn't it?
Cold.
Oh, it's so cold.
It's colder in North Dakota.
40 degrees
Colder in the hearts of the bankers up in the building up there too, that are funding continued chaos, continued violence. I want to tell you, the last time I was at Standing Rock, it was during that holiday that we generally refer to as Thanksgiving. Standing Rock, Sioux Tribe, and a lot of the indigenous people from the United States of America do not call it Thanksgiving. They call it Thanks-taking. They call it Thanks-killing. Some of them call it Survivor's Day because it is a holiday that is built on a myth, right? That story about the pilgrims having a nice dinner with the tribes very close to here is not the real story. It was a massacre. That is what that holiday is about. Similarly, we all believe that the system that we participate in with our money is also a lie. It is not the way you think it is. How many people here have a bank account? Yeah, most people. You don't keep your money in a mattress or like bury it in the backyard. You think that you just have your money somewhere like in a vault, that whenever you put the ATM card in, you take out from your like little pile of money that some like squirrel comes and gives you your 20 bucks out of the machine. That's not what happens. That's not what happens. Your money is doing things when you're not paying attention. You put your money in Citibank, you put your money in Wells Fargo, you put your money in TD Bank, you put your money in Chase, and all of a sudden, that money is in the hands of the bankers who are in this building right here in front of us. And they do things with it. They don't even ask your permission. They do things like fund oil pipelines. They do things like fund drilling in the Amazon. They do things like fund, fracking. So that's what they're doing with your money when you're not paying attention. If everyone took, and they're using your money as leverage at 10 and 20 and 30 times the amount you deposited. So if everybody took all their money out, these banks would collapse. Not even everybody, but if 10% of people took their money out of these banks would be brought to their knees. And that we have to do. Because let me tell you, when I was just standing right the last time on that day that we call Thanksgiving, the police were up on the ridge of a burial ground, a sacred burial ground called Turtle Island. And we walked across the water, across a bridge that the protectors had made. And I was with a man named Mikasi, and he went up to one of the policemen and he said, when you, and the police, these were guys in militarized gear, riot gear, with M4 rifles, rubber bullets, concussion grenades, water cannons, tear gas. They didn't look like police. They looked like an invading army. And Mikasi went up to one of them and said, listen, tonight, when your child comes up to you on the day you call Thanksgiving and asks you for some water in the middle of the night, are you going to say that you were protecting this water with us? Or are you going to say you held a gun to my head when I was trying to protect it for my children, for your children, for everybody's children? What are you going to say? What are you going to say, Citibank? Because the truth of it is, in your bank account, you don't have dollars. You have rubber bullets. You have concussion grenades. You have oil spills. You have pipelines. When you put that ATM card in the machine and you withdraw your $100 from Citibank, you are withdrawing violence. When you deposit your money, you are depositing a state of war against the environment and a state of war against indigenous people. Here in New York, we know a little bit about defeating the oil and gas industry. They told us, you're never going to stop fracking in New York State. That train has left the station. Forget it. You're not strong enough. You can't beat back the largest industry on the face of the planet. Well, they were wrong about that. New York came together. We organized. We bird-dogged our politicians. We did a lot of things all across this amazing state, and we stopped them. We said no fracking in New York.
No fracking.
But guess what? You're standing in front of one of the biggest fracking sites in the country, Citibank. When you stand in front of these banks, you're standing on a frack drill pad. So we still have fracking in New York State when we have these banks here. And we have the kind of violence that we need to stop. So everyone who can hear my voice, take your money out. It's not money. It's not your savings. It's not what you use to buy your kids' shoes. It's not what you use to buy Netflix. It's not. It's going to support violence against indigenous people. It's going to support climate change. It's going to support fracking. That is what your dollars are doing. And if you don't want to participate in that, then you bet to get your money out of these big banks, because that's what they are doing. You think it sits there in a pile. It's not. It's going all over the world behind your back, creating chaos, creating evil, creating huge mess. When we know we've had 3,300 pipeline spills in the United States of America between 2010 and 2015, destroying the Kalamazoo River, the Yellowstone River, the beaches in Santa Barbara, Mayflower, Arkansas, the list goes on and on. They happen every week. So don't think your money is just sitting there getting interest, right? Make sure you take it out. Make sure we tell these banks, not with our money, not with our energy, That was what we work hard for. We're not working for you.
Not with my money.
No.
My blood.
So, it's cold. Let's see if we can warm up some of these bankers' consciences. Let's see if we can warm up some of their humanity and really understand that we are fighting for their kids too. We are fighting for their future also. All right? Thank you so much for being here today with me and with all of you. We're standing rock. We're standing rock. We're standing with us. They are standing with us.
Mini Wachoni! Mini Wachoni! Mini Wachoni!
So when I say Mini Wachoni, you say water is life. Mini Wachoni!
Water is life!
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 That's right, now we got a little song. We got Cody Two Bears here, a councilman from Cannonball, North Dakota, from the Standing Rock area is gonna speak to you. But before we do that, we're gonna sing a little chant to tell Citibank that we don't want your oil pipeline. We don't want your fossil fuel headquarter industry. We want clean energy, we want human rights, and we want justice. And this song goes, Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. So we're gonna sing it a little bit, just so you know, the management knows that we come today and that we don't want their loan, you know? It'd be like, Citibank, Citibank. Give me 1 second here. Oh, we off. All right now, no siren, so it'll be like, Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank will shut you down. 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 Again, yeah. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank will shut you down. 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 Give us clean energy. Give us clean air to breathe. Give us clean energy. Give us clean air to breathe. Give us clean energy. Yeah. Give us clean air to breathe. Give us clean energy. Give us clean one last time, yo. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO. Now everybody turn around one last time. We're gonna sing it to this building. 1, 2, 3, go! Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. Citibank CEO, we don't want your loan, take your broke bank home. That's right. That's right. So if you're ready to be part of a switch, you know, maybe you have a bank account with one of these banks, or maybe you're just ready, you've already divested, but you want to help inspire others, please connect with us, defundapl.org, on Facebook, Defund dapl, and let's just use our art, use our words, use our writing to inspire people to where we have clean energy for all people. All people where human rights are king and queen. So thank you. We have a few other speakers. Do we have Cody Two Bears? All right, cool. All right, yeah. All right, so there's a real simple way that we ask you to do this, you know? Because when we do it publicly, when we close our accounts publicly, it's really powerful. So don't just close your bank account, right? When you close your account, ask to speak to the manager. Tell them why. Tell them why you're closing your account. Say, I'm closing my account because I don't support you building pipelines. I don't support you building fossil fuel infrastructures that are heating up our climate and destroying species everywhere. I don't support you going in and violating indigenous rights and harming indigenous people. All right? So we have a very special guest who's come a long way from North Dakota, who is a congressman running in North Dakota. And he comes in a good way to bring the spirit of the Standing Rock movement, to bring the sacred fire of Standing Rock here today to this moment. And we give you our dear friend, our relative, Chase Iron Eyes.
Thank you, brothers and sisters. It's my honor to make a special trip out here, all the way to New York City, from the Standing Rock Nation, from the confluence of the Cannonball and Missouri rivers, the site of the most militarized fight in our modern history, possibly in our generation. Those of you here who are experienced with Zuccotti Park and the Occupy movement, those who are experienced with Black Lives Matter, those who are fighting for a just transition, those who are truly looking out for our human, our civil, and our constitutional rights, those who know that we have to fight for who determines the future of our very democracy. That's who we came to build solidarity with. Right now, there are about 1,000 people braving 20-degree below zero temperatures on our behalf to protect our future's right to clean water. The Standing Rock Nation has binding, legal, international agreements with the United States that we want honored, and we know that all of America is ready to honor our treaties. What was taken by force could have been had by love, but now, more than ever, the American people need to put pressure on President-elect Trump, on the United States Congress, to honor our treaties, because that strengthens America's moral authority to go around the world and stand up for others' freedoms, like we claim. Additionally, we have to protect and address the constitutional rights that are being violated by North Dakota law enforcement. One of New York's own, Sophia Wolanski, had her arm brutally blown wide open by a law enforcement deployed explosive, which they lied about. They said they didn't use explosives when video evidence refuted it. They said they only sprayed water to put out fires in sub-freezing temperatures. I was there that night. Video evidence refuted their lies each and every time. We just now met with one of the presidents of Citigroup. Me and my daughter have traveled a long ways with the help of everybody involved in this fight. And we let them know that we feel, we have to believe that there is a critical mass of people in our country who are willing to hold their banks responsible. There is a critical mass of people who want a just future, who want to do things right by our continent's first and original owners. We are in a new day. What's going on out there right now? It's like we're the new ghost dancers. We're the ghost dancers of our era. The only difference is this time we have a world of allies who will not let us be brutalized, who understand our fight, who understand that our fight is their fight. Our fight is your fight. And we don't win this unless we have allies, strong, committed allies. And I see that right here in New York City, in every city that I travel to. I'm on the ground at Standing Rock 100% right now. We are providing all the humanitarian aid that our organization can provide with the help of everybody around the country. That's why I know we're going to win. We have the critical mass because millions of people have donated. Tens of thousands have showed up on the ground. 4,000 United States military veterans have showed up to stand with us, to call into question who has the right to say who is a patriot, who is upholding and protecting the Constitution. We are the true patriots. We must never forget that and keep fighting. I just wanted to share a brief message. This is even cold to me as a North Dakotan. So thank you for braving it. And I wanted to invite my daughter up to share any words that she might have wanted to share. She's 13 years old. And I was essentially holding her purse just now. She came and grabbed it from me. But truly, thank you all for coming. Thank you all for sharing this space with us. We are honored to be here.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Hi everybody, my name is Tokata Ionized. I'm 13 years old and today I'm here as a representative from the Standing Rock Reservation for our youth. So as a youth from Standing Rock, I've witnessed things that no kid should have to witness. I've seen my elders be maced. These people do not realize that that is what they're funding. They are paying for the destruction, the atrocities, and the trauma that my people have to face daily. And they do not care, but we do. And we are showing that to them, hoping that they will open up their minds and see that what they're doing is wrong. Because right now, there are people out at camp freezing for this cause. And we are so thankful for that. But the reason they are out there is for this pipeline. The reason they are freezing is because of these banks who are funding it. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out. It means so much. And just hope that one day these people in these buildings will pull down their walls and realize who they're hurting.
Alright, so this is a song by the One Tribe Movement, and we're just gonna sing that we're gonna stay rising. You know, whatever happens in this world, whatever happens with our struggle, that we will not back down. We will not be complacent, and we will not be stopped. We will not be immobilized. We will stay rising, and we do it with good hearts. You know, like Gandhi showed that peaceful revolution is possible, and Standing Rock continues that legacy and shows that we can do it together. This one goes out to Standing Rock, to all the people of New York City, coming together in the Big Apple, coming together with these strong hearts and these strong prayers. They won't back down. Standing up against the pipeline, Spectra, the Hudson River is not for sale, and they waiting in the county jail, and the doors open up, their hearts open up, floodgates open up, the banks open up. People realize we got a conscience, gotta stand for our mother. Do you feel this? Yeah, it's coming round, the time of holidays, come a new year, we're gonna come in a new way. Gather all the people to rise and say, we stay rising, we stay rising, we stay rising, we stay rising, everybody. We stay rising, yeah. We stay rising, yeah. We stay rising, and then we go, we stay rising, we say, peaceful warrior, yeah, peaceful warrior. We're gonna repeat that, that's right, that sounds good, yeah. Peaceful warrior, yeah. We peaceful warriors. We gonna close our bank accounts like 1, 2, 3, cause the people form community, yeah. Gonna take our money back, take our power back, come to rise up strong. 100 million people they sing in the streets. 100 million people they start with drum beats and they take it back. Their money, their power, in this final hour. So if you got a passion and a voice, gotta use it. If you got a poet and a paint, never lose it. Yeah, in a good way. They try to brutalize us with their bullets and their mace, but we still rise. And we burning that sages all night. Coming in a good way, gonna give this fight. Yeah, yeah. Outside Citibank and we say, stay rising. We stay rising. Everybody. We stay rising. Yeah. We stay rising. Everybody. We stay rising. We stay rising. We stay rising. We stay rising. Peaceful warrior. Peaceful warrior. Yeah. We peaceful warrior. Yeah. Yeah. We peaceful warriors. We peaceful warriors.
Thank you everyone for coming out. It's been an honor to stand here with you and have our brothers and sisters inside speaking to these banks, because this is the heart, we're at the heart of our resistance, and together we've been seeing a new vision. This whole time, growing